What's up, Libra gang? Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. We're going to read your tarot cards here today. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Let's connect with that Libra energy. What does Libra need to hear from the tarot this week? Guys, these are general messages, so please only take away what resonates and fits your circumstance or scenario. You are accountable and responsible for all your own actions and decisions. So I highly recommend you take away the messages that motivate, empower, inspire, but of course the choice is up to you, Libra. Let's do it for Libra. What does Libra need to hear from the tarot this week? Libra energy. Ooh, Ace of Wands, nice. All right, what's hiding under this Ace of Wands? What does this offer? What is this communication? Let's see, the Seven of Air, so the Seven of Swords. This feels indecisive to me. It's like you move forward or take action on something, but then you're second guessing it in your head. Like, oh my gosh, maybe I'm doing it wrong, or maybe I don't deserve it, or maybe they're gonna, almost like that inferiority. Like, oh, they're gonna know I'm faking it. They're gonna know I'm not experienced. I almost feel like that came out for a reason, because the universe is trying to get you to be like, nope, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna make the decisions and we're gonna stick to them, right? Because ultimately, I think you've already started to move forward or take action on something. So, I mean, I don't want to say don't listen to your intuition, but if what's bleeding into this, or what's confusing, or I'm hearing conflating, I don't even know, conflicting, I'm not sure why that word came through. If what's confusing you here is sort of that lack of confidence, or your own internal dialogue that's sort of more shadow side of like making you second guess yourself or feel like you're not deserving or worthy of this, I feel like universe is like, button that on up. Like, we don't need that. Like, thank you, ego, for trying to protect me, but like, I got this. This is all about moving forward with confidence, with passion, fighting for what you believe in. Let's see. And then you have the Three of Swords. So typically Three of Swords indicates some sort of something that is not harmonious. Sometimes it's pain or anxiety or frustration or struggle. Let's get one more on this. Why are you showing me this for Libra? Oh, okay. I even like how this is coming out already. Something with the 7 and the 3, that makes the 10. The 10 of Swords is like, we can put this one to bed finally. Like, we don't need to carry this around with us anymore. A memory of the past, or some sort of disappointment that happened, past heartbreak, or something that really broke us or shook us or made our question ourselves. This is a new beginning. This is a new chapter. So we have to move forward with, again, that confidence of knowing that this is a fresh start. So you're the person writing. You're the person with the pen in hand. You get to make the decisions and see where this adventure takes you. You have choice. You have agency here. It's up to you to like write your future, to write your story. So you don't need to you don't need to fall back on past narratives, or again, trauma, heartbreak, whatever it is. Maybe it's just stress or anxiety, right? I think you can release this and start over. What is this regarding? What is this a new chapter? This new chapter or new theme in Libra's life? What is it? What should Libra be anticipating or expecting from it? Although I think you already know, but the Two of Pentacles, wheels moving forward, a broken wheel. You can still get this to move forward. It's just going to go slower than you want. So don't lose hope. Yeah, something about like the wheels are turning, the cogs are turning, ideation, ideas are hatching and moving. Something made you stumble. I have a feeling that's what this is. This wheel isn't perfect, but you know what? It's still going to get you there. It just might have to be a little bit slower. You know what's interesting? I had just finished Gemini's reading, and I got this random message that it just kind of came to me. I was reshuffling my cards, and like, I didn't know whose message it was, but I actually have a feeling it was for you guys. Some of you may have had some, and this is not a scary message, so just bear with me. Some of you may have some sort of health issue that forced you to reallocate or reassess, thank you, how much time and effort you were able to put into your job or your work or some sort of responsibility. A lot of you are viewing it almost as like a handicap, or you're incredibly frustrated that, I was at the pinnacle of my career and I just got this new job, and, then I got diagnosed with some sort of heart condition, so now I have to take it easy, and this, whatever it is, that's just an example. You guys are viewing it as, again, a detriment or a handicap or something like that. And the reality is the universe had to sort of deliver the news in that way, because otherwise you never would have stepped down. You were taking on too much responsibility. You were taking on too much. And so this is a blessing in disguise. You're just not seeing it that way. And I don't mean to be like, I don't mean to blow smoke up your you-know-what, right? Obviously, for some of you, there was something very scary or very, critical, especially if it did have to do with your health, that it kind of, it put a sense of fear in you, because really, though, what it did is it established this idea that things are fleeting. Not everything is guaranteed and promised, so you really do have to make the most of your time here on Earth, right? This sounds like it's so heavy, but what I actually mean by it is that this grants you some sort of freedom or liberty to go after something in your life that you were always meant to, but it kept being put on the back burner. And so by the universe essentially assisting you to step back or retire from one aspect of your life, right? It's opening up your time to do something else that would respect your body and your mind more than you were doing previously. You're just spreading yourself too thin is what I get from this. So you're going to feel more empowered and have more strength, have more energy to put into something, because it respects your own limitations, in your body on this earth, right? You're not Superman, you're not Superwoman, so you can't live your life like you can save everybody. Yeah, anyway, that's just what I'm getting from this. Let's see. So then you have 8 of Cups, exactly. Walking away from something that it served you, or really we could say you served your time, right? That's almost how I could see it too. But it's empty, or it doesn't provide emotionally for you the way it used to. It's almost like you're scraping at the bottom of the barrel. That could even be financially too, if you built your own business or put all your time and energy into whatever it is, your job. You've reached a point where it's helped you, or it's served you. I'll say it that way. It's been good, but it's not where the story ends. Some of you may actually become writers or do something with like journaling or blogging, or something about writing is coming through very strongly here. But I think a lot of you, I don't know if you're clinging to the past out of familiarity or security. It might be a money thing. But more or less, I think this is saying we have to move forward. Because the universe, for some reason, is sort of helping to decide for you, because I don't think this is something you were wanting to do on your own. So you needed that little nudge from the universe. Nothing to fear. But the 8 of Cups is a tremendous card of bravery, because in a sense, we are leaving behind what we know, something that was familiar or comfortable. But again, at what point did that comfortability become enabling to reliving out something that you'd already outgrown? The wheels are trying to move forward, and I think rather than making excuses why you can't, the wheel's all hobbly and it's not smooth and it's not working, and let me just fix this before I move forward. You've already moved forward. I just want to say there is no looking back. We're moving forward here, and this is very powerful. This is a very I don't know. I think you defy expectations. Some of you were being pigeonholed into being a certain person or in a certain category, in a certain role. And the thing is, you're not doing it to prove yourself to anyone but yourself, but that is a very powerful message. This is very much like carrying the torch, a trailblazer. You're moving forward with something, and we have to remember the Ace of Junk, it's the Ace of Wands. It has the idea of being a light worker, doing something that provides warmth and energy, not just to yourself, but to others. Whatever you're moving forward with, I don't think you realize it now, but it's actually going to benefit a lot of other people too. It hasn't fully, sprouted up yet. And a huge card about having faith too. If you feel called in a certain direction, have faith that it's probably for a reason. But don't allow fear to take the wheel, right? Don't allow fear to hold you back. The shoulda, coulda, wouldas, right? It's a very important message here of no regrets, not looking back and being like, oh my gosh, it's been 10 years and I never did that thing. Now's the time. You got to do it. Even a piece at a time. Maybe looking at it like the whole vision overwhelms you. So again, just move forward a little bit each day. Progress over time will add up. I'm going to switch decks. Okay, let's use Halloween Tarot. Lighten it up a little bit. A lot of kind of earthy stuff going on here. Something about this could have involved an earth sign. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It doesn't have to be. And I mean, this message is coming, when I'm recording it anyway, it's Scorpio season. And Scorpio does represent death and rebirth, right? So maybe you've been in the cocoon too long and you're meant to reemerge as a butterfly. You're meant to take flight. You're meant to move elsewhere. You're meant to go after that thing. But I think you need to understand, with this 10 of Swords out of the way, you're lighter. It's not like carrying all the weight on your back anymore. You don't need to do that. You have wings now. You can fly. There's something about... this is kind of a... this message has a lot of undertones to it. It's very interesting. It feels connected to something more divine. I don't know how to explain it. Some messages just feel kind of fluffy and surface level, and this one feels like it's actually a very deep, profound message. And I don't mean to say that out of my own arrogance. That's not at all what I would encourage you to listen to this again and see what comes about. Like, meditate on these messages, because I think there's something very important here. Let's see. So what's going on here? There's you. Well, there's the Death card, Scorpio season. And then Judgment. A final awakening. I just keep hearing time is fleeting, time is fleeting. So, and again, that's not a fear-based message. The mere fact that if you're listening to that going, oh my God, what am I doing? What am I missing? That's not the point of this. The idea of time is fleeting, it's like, yeah, it is. So I got to go out and do the best I can. I got to go out and live my life for me, not for everyone else. Or if I've allowed my depression or my anxiety or my heartbreak to hold me back, this is where it stops. And I mean, I don't mean to sugarcoat it, right? Obviously, you don't just do a 180 overnight, but it's facing your fears in that way of, okay, I'm going to make small strides. I'm going to take it a day at a time, but I'm not going to allow myself to sink into those negative thoughts or those negative patterns. Or for some of you, I'm going to seek help. I'm going to be a good advocate for myself. I'm going to communicate to my therapist, to my husband, to my family, issues that I've been having. I'm almost getting to self-protect, to preserve what I have. So that there's something left for me at the end of the day. A reawakening. Some of you may have a change of heart about a Scorpio. For better or worse, I don't know. It doesn't really matter, but yeah, living in indecision land or not making a choice. You've known the correct choice all along. And spoiler alert, there is no right or wrong choice. You have to listen to your heart. The correct answer for you already exists within you. That's what the Two of Bats says. It kind of says, drone out the chitter chatter of those around you. It's, again, that kind of beautiful metaphor of the cocoon. You already have the wings. You're ready to fly. So why are you second guessing yourself, Libra? You're absolutely meant to go after this. And even the cat, right, with the little ball, it's like it's trying to push it forward. This is your spirit guide, right? Some of you, you're going to see a black cat in the next couple days, just randomly, like in a parking lot or, on your neighborhood porch or something like that. This spirit guide, the universe, something divine, whatever you believe in, they're going to help push you forward, but you have to make the first move. You have to show the universe that you're still invested in your life. And then again, that you're not weighing in too heavily to other people's ideas or criticisms or opinions. This is something you're meant to do. And I don't think it's a new idea. I just think it's an idea that you thought it was dead and buried because you didn't make good on that promise to yourself 10 years ago. Things have a funny way of coming back around. I'm just saying. And there is a very big message here about facing your fears. But look, 8 of Imps, 8 of Wands, this is awesome. This is about movement forward. And maybe it is a little bit scattershot too. Maybe you can't do it all at once. Maybe you can't use that Scorpio extremism of all or nothing, As I was saying, I'm going to change overnight, I'm going to do a 180 in a matter of hours. That's not how it works. So be patient with yourself. Two of Swords, 2 of Bats. I think that's important. But maybe this is we're going to get there somehow. It might not be linear. We always say in tarot, your path forward, we want it to be this straight and narrow or hitting important marks on your map or compass or however. That's not how it works. Sometimes it's a little bit scattershot. And that's what this shows. Typically the 8 of Wands is those arrows, all straight in a row and swiftly moving forward. Maybe it's not going to be as swift or as fast as you would like, but this is progress still being made. And I'm also going to say maybe you don't need all of them. Maybe some of them are actually tripping you up or holding you back. The whole 7 of Swords coming out with the Ace of Wands underneath. Maybe sometimes your self-doubt creeps in and you're like, oh, maybe I'm not strong enough to do this. Or, oh, maybe it would be better if I waited because of X, Y, and Z. But the thing is, you're already in the air. You're already the butterfly. You can't just sit there. You have to go and survive. You have to go and protect yourself, right? You have to go and, whatever it is, flourish, grow. You need nutrients. You need to thrive, right? You need to be out in the real world doing your thing. Yeah, and three of Wands, I think, is another indication. Be patient. You got spirit on your side. You are backed by the divine. I also think I'm almost getting a 9 of Wands here too. Who are you allowing to be the gatekeeper in your life, and where are you seeing that as the final say? Almost the idea of, this is a silly metaphor, but running into a Hollywood office and being like, hi, can you pass my script on to the director? Or whatever. And you're talking to the secretary who's like, no, sorry, I can't do that. that is one secretary out of a million. Do you understand what I mean? Like, again, a silly metaphor, but it's like, where are you taking one or two people being like, oh no, you shall not pass, you can't pass through, as the final say? Abso-freaking-lutely not. There's other alternatives. Ask someone else. Network with a new people. You'll find your tribe, your soul family. They're out there waiting for you. I mean, you already know who some of them are already, but I just sort of get this idea of, you may have been told something once, like, or rejected or shot down or told no, and you've been carrying this idea of, oh, well, that one person told me I could never act or I could never dance or sing, that I didn't have talent, so I guess I don't. Are you kidding me? Like, that was one person's opinion. Like, you hold the torch. You hold the, yeah, I don't know. Like, there's something very mighty and powerful and strong and profound here. I don't know. I'm just reiterating, there's no need to second guess yourself. If it's true in your heart, you owe it to yourself to try and explore this again. And I say again because of judgment. There's like a reawakening from something of the past that you just, you feel like you're meant to go after. All right, let's throw you some oracle cards on this and see. I don't know why I'm being called to use this kind of funky deck. I might do that for Libra. Base chakra. So I think that's like root chakra, but correct me if I'm wrong. And then choose your battles. This reminds me of kind of what we were actually just saying. This reminds me of the never-ending story. I know, kind of cheesy. Doesn't Atreyu have to cross like some crazy desert, and like if he doesn't do it in a certain amount of time, like the lasers shoot down, and he's like, I almost think in a silly way this is saying like, I'm trying to be delicate with how I phrase this, but like, you're not gonna die. Like, you know what I mean? There's something here about like putting so much pressure on yourself to deliver at a certain time or a certain way, or to cater to the judges, to the critics, and it's like, what does it matter? They're just giant talking heads. They're full of air. They're full of fluff. They don't determine your destiny. You do. Choose your battles, and also choose your mentors. Who you choose to put up on a pedestal. Network with people who've done it, who've accomplished what you're looking to do, and who are willing to show you, right? If you're going to people who are, whatever, thriving in that career or in that relationship, but there's almost like a looking down upon you because you're not on their level, those are not your people. Those are shadowy energies. That's meant to keep you exactly where you are, and the universe is saying, no, like we're not staying. Like, it's almost like we're coming through. So, let down your gate or not, I'm going to get to where you are. Are you going to help me, or are you going to fight me? I mean, the thing is, you don't have to fight back. You just have to kind of disregard these people, the naysayers. You just don't need them. Something about this, I mean, obviously the color, I'm thinking like a red rose. Maybe that's someone's name. Maybe there's a rose out there or something. And I mean, always good advice to do chakra work. I don't know a tremendous about that, to just full disclosure. Sometimes I think just listening to kind of like that meditative music before you go to bed, you can focus on different like chakra music. So I mean, if you're like me and you're kind of a novice with that stuff, that's a very small way to introduce yourself to it. But my goodness, there are tons of Instagram accounts with people who know tons about chakras. So highly recommend you follow them. Maybe reach out to them. Maybe you need to do some sort of chakra healing work. There's definitely lots of light workers out there. So again, choose the ones that can really help you improve your life. And don't listen to the ones that are ruling with fear, right? Fear-based anything. I don't subscribe to that. This is the one other deck I was sort of curious. I don't know why it was just calling out to me, so I'm showing you this. Maybe something with a Taurus, the Hierophant. This is Millennial Tarot. I have no idea why I'm using this. It's kind of silly, but maybe something will come through that is profound. Quarter life crisis. This is Judgment. Interesting. You got Judgment again. Some of you may end up moving cities or just really doing some assessment of where you felt like you've been stuck in life. If you've been stuck in a rut, again, that idea of the need to fly, maybe it's not permanent. Maybe you're not moving countries, though some of you might be, but maybe there's some sort of like, almost like spiritual retreat you need to go on, or what is that birthright trip when is it Jewish religion? I don't know. There's something about you've been putting it off, and I don't know. It's almost like you're out of excuses not to, Libra. Uncertain, hopeful, indecisive, fearful. You dream of something better and play out scenarios in your head of what could be. Any step is better than no step. Will you take a leap of faith, or let life surprise you, or continue to live in a constant state of angst? Corporate job, and then your totem is unfulfilled potential. I love that. This has a little kind of biting, cheeky sense of humor to it. So anyway, that may have come out for a reason. Fireball, or the Emperor. Again, it's almost the idea of comparing yourself to those around you too. You may You may constantly look at your life and wonder why everybody has, I don't know, achieved that thing that you're wanting to achieve. It's because you simply have not gone after it with as much potential as you're capable. Yeah, it's time to sort of like full steam ahead with the effort, but again with that careful balance of not spreading yourself too thin, not burning yourself out. Make sure you're doing it for the right reasons, and the right reasons are because your heart is asking you to do it. Your heart is calling you to do it. All right, Libra, that is what I got for you. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye, Libra.